everyone and welcome to another video. This one is going to be sort of a wrap-up. Sort of. So in December I have done 2 reading vlogs. Initially I wanted to do 4, but I completely overestimated the amount of time I would have to put into this, and so I didn't manage. Plus, during the holidays, like during the festive days, I didn't do any vlogging, and also I didn't want to do any vlogging with family being there and everything. So I just left it be and didn't vlog, and I have 2 reading vlogs. However, I still kind of need to give you an update on my December reading, and that is what this video will be for, amongst other things. So, but let's start with my December reading. I started December 1st with 27 books on my currently reading shelves and on my on hold for now shelf. The goal was to read all of my current reads before the year is over. It is now December 30th, so there's only 1 day left in the year, and I will not read tomorrow, most likely. Maybe a little bit, but I will not manage to finish a book still this year. It's just too little time and too many things still to do and organize. So I'm doing my wrap-up, and my wrap-up is that the status quo of my challenge is that I currently have, like I said, in the beginning of this month I had 27 books on my currently reading shelves, and now I have 26 books on my currently reading shelf.
Epic fail!
So I managed to reduce this amount by 1, which is an epic fail, like I predicted. You might think, Vanessa, what is going on? Have you not read a single thing this month? In fact, I did. I did read a lot. I read 19 books this month. 19. I mean, given there were some shorter books and a few novellas in there as well, but if it's on Goodreads as a book, I count it as a book. So I read 19 books this month, and 2 of those books are actually books that I finished from previous months, that I finished from my starting point of my currently reading on December 1st. So I've actually finished 2 of those books, but the rest I started this month and finished this month. There are a few that I started and didn't finish, but that's only 2 actually, which makes sense if you think about it. Yeah. So yeah, I showed you a few of those books in my reading vlogs already. I don't have them like in a stack next to me right now because I'm lazy, and I just organized my shelves yesterday, so I didn't want to like pick them apart again. But I'll just put in the covers, like I'll edit them in somewhere here. So yeah, there are a few, or most of those are actually German books, but I finished New Wishes by Lily Lucas. Shall I give you ratings as well? Because then I need to open my Goodreads. 1 second. So let's start again. I finished New Wishes by Lily Lucas. This is a German book, a new adult book. I gave it 4 stars. Then I finished a novella, Totally Packed by Lauren Blakely, which is book 2.5 in the My Hockey Romance series. I gave this one 4 stars. I finished another German book, Bronwyn Hall Dornengift by Laura Labas, another 4-star read for me. I finished a audiobook novella, Wenn du mein Weihnachten bist, which basically translates to When You're My Christmas, or Whenever You're My Christmas, something like that. Was a short audiobook of 30 minutes, 34 minutes-ish. It was also a novella to a German new adult series that I've read and loved this year. Actually, I am still missing the final book in the trilogy, but this was also a 4-star read. I finished Of Thunder and Rain, another emotional new adult German book, 4 stars. I finished Match on Ice, which is an ice hockey romance slash figure skater romance. So the male main character is an ice hockey player and the female main character is a figure skater, and it's also romance, new adult. This is the gorgeous German cover, 4-star read. Then I finished When the Stars Align, which is another emotional new adult German book, which also has lots of mental health rap, 3 stars. I didn't finish. I DNF'd this one, Captive, which is a dark mafia romance, or it's supposed to be. It's translated from French. It was initially a Wattpad story. I DNF'd this at, I don't know, 15% maybe 20. Didn't like it at all, so 1 star. Another new adult German read, Du irgendwo von Kira Mohn. This was another 3-star read for me. Actually was a little disappointed in this one because I read the prequel short story of this one last year in December, loved it, and so this was a little disappointing, but yeah. Now finally I started reading some English books, because this was almost exclusively, except for Totally Booked, almost exclusively German books, but now I started finally reading some English books, and these are actually the 2 books that I finished from previous month. The first one is The Secrets of Jane Forgotten, which is a dark fantasy romance with like in a pirate setting world. Very dark, like morally grey villain, and I'm talking very morally grey villain. Absolutely loved this book. It was one of my favorite reads this year, so obviously this one got 5 stars from me. And another English 5-star read from me, A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. I don't know when I started this. I read this very slowly. It's a big beast, and well, it is monster romance, which I kind of want to read more of. But yeah, really love this one. And yes, the smut is chef's kiss. However, it was also so sweet and adorable and just like so wholesome, which you wouldn't expect from a monster romance, but it was. So 5 stars from me. Then I read Die Einladung by Sebastian Fitzek, which is a thriller, a psycho thriller. I have never read a thriller of that kind before, so it was me venturing out of my comfort zone this year, finally discovering this new author that people are raving about. I do believe he's translated in several different languages as well. I fell in love with this writing. This was a 4.5-star read for me. I've really enjoyed it. I am now a fan, and this was just great. I am so happy that I ventured out of my comfort zone for this read. Next, I read 3 smutty short stories. Halloween Haunt, which was a 4-star read for me. then The Arcade, which was a 3-star read for me, and The Museum, which again was a 4-star read for me. All of them are short stories, smut obviously. I've read another short story by this author, Harley LaRue, this year and really enjoyed it, so I decided I will read more of that author. And also I have a full-length novel by that author on my shelf, Her Soul to Take, which is dark romance, and I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah, definitely liking the writing style of this one. What can I say? These were all like 32, 36-ish pages, so very short. I enjoyed them. And after all that smut basically, I was finally in the mood for Christmas and like Christmas reads. So I read a couple of short stories, or not really short stories, but shorter novels. The first one was The Billionaire Scrooge Next Door, this one by Olivia Haley, which was so cute. It was so cute. It was only like 160-ish pages, I believe, or 190, but below, under 200 pages. But this was so well paced. It was so cute. It was wholesome. It was funny. It was everything I wanted in a cute Christmas story. So this one totally got 5 stars from me. Then I read Snowed In with the Player, which is book 1 in the Holiday with the Players duology. Also both very short books, under 200 pages. I've actually read the second book in this duology in the beginning of the year, not knowing that it was the second book to something. And now I finally read the first book. You can read them in whatever order you like. You don't need to read one to understand the other. They're both very cute. I must admit, I liked the second book, which I read in the beginning of the year, a little more than this, but this one was also very cute and got 4 stars from me. Also very Christmassy, very wintry, liked it. And then I read another Christmas book. This one was Cabin Crush by Casey Stockton, which got 4 stars from me. This was very cute as well. This one is clean romance as well, so if you're not into smut and prefer your romances to be clean and close the door, this one is for you. Also very wholesome, very sweet. As I said, clean, so no spicy activities happening in here. Really liked it though. Like, great, like family dynamics, family time. Like this was very sweet. I liked it a lot. 4 stars from me. And then last but not least, I read another novelette. I don't know how many pages this one had. I think it had around 50, 60-ish pages. It is Touch, which is the first book or the first novelette in the 5 Senses series, which is about a lawyer that finds out that his wife is thinking about divorce from a rival lawyer, and so he tries to save his marriage by spicy activity. So yeah, that was the last book I read this year. I actually have a few books that I'm still, I have 26 books that I'm still in the middle of. But the one that I'm currently reading that I won't be able to finish though is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I am 60–70% into this book, loving it so much, but I don't know, I have like 200-ish pages left and I definitely won't be managing that before the year is over, so I'm not including this one. But it will probably be the first book I finish in the new year, so you can look forward to that. But yeah, these are the 19 books that I read in December. I did a lot of reading. Sure, there were a few shorter books in there as well, but even though those were shorter books, I still loved them. Still great reads. So I even though I didn't finish my challenge that I put on myself, I'm still very happy with what I read this month, especially during the Christmas days, because all those Christmas novels, I don't know, they gave me all the feels. They were very cutesy. So I'm very happy with what I read. And yeah. And also, because we're here right now, I thought, why not give you a little wrap up of my year as a whole.
Water break. Staying hydrated is important.
So let's do this. This is gonna be quick. I won't need long for that because I'm not really giving you an in-depth update. Let's talk about my reading year 2023. Initially this year I set a Goodreads goal, because I always do Goodreads goals. I set a Goodreads goal of 150 books. Sometime in June, July, sometime in the middle of the year, I noticed I'm like 7 or 8 books behind schedule. And I was stressed. And so a friend came to me and said, you know, why do you stress yourself with reading? Just lower your goal and it will be fine. It's not like anyone will put you in jail for it. And she was right. So I did the logical thing, and I lowered my goal to 100 books, and all of a sudden I was ahead of schedule again, and that felt so good. Basically, moral of the story, don't worry about your reading goal. If you can't do it, don't stress yourself, just lower your goal, it is fine. And actually, I lowered my goal to 100 from 150, and now at the end of the year, I read a total of 153 books. So actually, I still managed to do my initial goal, but I think I only managed it because I wasn't stressed anymore. Because I have the thing, when I get stressed, and specifically stressed of reading, then I read even less. But if I'm like all good, if I'm not stressed at all, all of a sudden I can read so much more. Anyway, I lowered it. I still managed to do my initial goal of 150. I even exceeded it by 3 books. It was great, and all in all, I did have a good reading year. I had 49 5-star reads. I do have to say, like a little disclaimer, I am a very easy to please reader. I give a lot of 4 and 5 stars to books. I definitely give more 4 stars than 5 stars, but I give a lot. Like, I am very easy to please. I give out positive ratings most of the time. So I have 49 5-star reads this year out of 153. I also had 2 1-star reads though. And 1 stars means for me that I DNF'd a book. One of those books I actually read or DNF'd in December, which I talked about earlier in this video, which was Captive, the dark mafia romance book that was translated and was originally a Wattpad story. Didn't like that at all. I DNF'd it because I couldn't, it got on my nerves. And the other 1-star read was actually a book that I started reading last year and that had been on my currently reading shelf for a while, and I just noticed I'm never going to finish this. I'm not interested in this, so I DNF'd it. So yeah. And then I had 3 2-star reads this month, and 2 stars for me means that I finished the book, but I really didn't care for anything. I didn't care for the characters, I didn't care for the stories. They annoyed me a little bit, but I somehow managed to push myself through it. It's a thing that I want to start doing less. I want to make myself DNF books more when I don't enjoy them and not push through, because the time you waste by pushing through a book that you don't enjoy, it's wasted time. You can read something you like much more in that time. So I'm trying to not do it as often, but I only had to push through 3 books this year. 2 of them actually were manga or manhwa, and so it wasn't really that much time lost because I read manga and manhwa fairly quickly. And the other one was a review copy, so like I pushed myself through. I was hoping the story would pick up, it would get better at some point, which it didn't. But I had enjoyed a duology from that author before that I really liked, so I was like maybe hoping there would be like some turnaround for the story still, but unfortunately not. So yeah, and overall I read 50,166 pages, which is insane, and which is more than last year actually. What can I say? I'm proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself. I liked my reading year. I had a great reading year. I'm happy with it. Read lots of great books, have lots of new favorites. Maybe I'll do a favorites video, maybe not. I don't know whether I'll have the time for it. We'll see. I definitely have a few books that are like way on top of my highlights this year, that I can't stop thinking about. Like, still the characters are living in my head rent-free, so maybe I'll do a video for that, but we'll see. I mean, if you'd like to see a video for that, for my favorite books of 2023, then please let me know, so I know whether it's like something you want to see and whether it would be worth the time. So yeah, but this video is already 50 minutes long. I'm sure there will be a lot of time cut out in the editing process. We will see, I hope, because this is going to be a long video otherwise. Yeah, I'm not making this any longer as it should, or as it still is, already is. Oh my god, I can't really talk. This is my sign to stop for today. I did lots of videos yesterday and today. I'm done, I need a break. So, I hope you stay safe and healthy, and I hope you have a lovely day, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you. Stay safe, stay healthy, I already said that, and see you again in the next video, hopefully soon. Bye bye!